This episode will be completely taken out of context. Welcome to the Fact Check This podcast.
All right, Fact Check This daily, and I am back. New year, same me. Except I am on X now. Be live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. And I'll do the uploads on Rumble afterwards. So, I apologize for not doing anything over the last couple weeks. Christmas and holidays and everything is kind of busy, and I just got busy and didn't have a chance. Every year, I have the best of intentions that I'm going to put out content around the Christmas holiday, and every year I completely fail to do it because I get busy doing stuff with kids and family and everything else. But I will be back with the dailies starting today and tomorrow. Probably not Friday. I'm going to be traveling Friday, so it's going to be tough to get one done on Friday. But dailies today and tomorrow. Regular episode will also come tomorrow, and I'll be getting back on a more consistent routine with that. So the daily stuff will be on, as I said before, Facebook, YouTube, and X every single day, and then the weekly content will come out on uploaded to Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and all of the podcatchers every either Tuesday or Thursday. Haven't exactly decided what I'm going to do the schedule on that stuff for the year, but it'll be definitely weekly stuff, possibly bi-weekly if I can get ramped back up to that. And then there will be live streams and stuff as well. So that's the plan for 2025. In the meantime, maybe also the plan for 2025 is to install President or Elon Musk as the president, or at least that's what the left seems to think. We've got Whoopi Goldberg losing her shit because of Elon Musk running everything. Here we go.
Who is in charge? Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you can call him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs. Watch out.
So there it is, the View thinking that Elon and JD Vance are planning to push Trump down the stairs so that Elon can become president. And where is JD? It doesn't matter. We are in so this was from a couple weeks ago. We're in the run-up to nominating and appointing a new Speaker of the House, certifying the election, and then getting to the actual inauguration. There's a lot of stuff to be done between now and then for the executive orders and pardons and everything else that Trump is going to be doing. Has said that he's going to be doing day one after he gets inaugurated. So where's JD Vance? Probably taking care of the actual business stuff that needs to be done for the transfer of power for the new Trump administration coming in, and the things that they're planning to do right out of the gate to start addressing stuff. That probably doesn't involve a whole lot of tweeting and social media appearances or media appearances in general. But the left loses their shit about this because they think that you need to be out there all the time, because that's the way that if you watch like even Bernie Sanders, but like AOC and a lot of their big names, and like I said, even Bernie Sanders, like they're out there putting out stuff on social media all the time, and that's cool, that's good, for talking head personality types, but that's not what JD Vance is or really has ever been. And he's probably we're probably going to see a time where the vice president returns to being just sort of an afterthought and somebody who does a good job. There are certain requirements of a vice president as far as what the political establishment wants from a VP, and JD Vance fits the bill for a lot of that. Plus, he was a really good pick for Trump as well. But like the nuts and bolts necessary work that has to be done as the vice president, Vance fits the mold for that. Mike Pence, for as much as we hate him, he fit the mold for that. Joe Biden was a very good vice president candidate. He was one who he fit the bill for what a vice president is supposed to be and needs to be done and needs to do. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, was not at all. She was a full-on diversity hire from the get-go. She really didn't fit that position. And you saw that. You saw that with the way she carried herself, the way that the administration kind of pushed her as the vice president into more of a prominent role for a long time, maybe specifically because they were afraid to let Joe Biden talk in front of audiences, especially talk in front of the media. And then once they did start letting him do that, it sort of proved the point of why they didn't want to do that. But for a long time, they were pushing Kamala Harris more out there as kind of the face of the administration, except that she was a really bad face of the administration, and she might have actually done worse with press conferences and interviews and stuff like that than what Biden did once they realized, holy shit, she's terrible. We're going to have to put him out there. It's funny because I've talked about it before. They ran this whole big popularity campaign for Kamala Harris, except that she was literally the least popular vice president, like the lowest approval ratings for a vice president in the history of vice presidential approval ratings. But all of that's neither here nor there. That's where JD Vance is. JD Vance is doing the things behind the scenes that a vice president is supposed to be doing behind the scenes. Then you've got other representatives using the President Vance or the President Musk narrative. What's this? Rosa DeLauro. This chick. This is supposed to be like a Democrat frontrunner, like somebody that's going to be possibly seeing an increased role in the party. Like, tell us you didn't learn anything from the 2024 election by making this chick like the face of the Democratic Party going forward. That holy shit. But anyway,
they got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know?
So they got their panties all in a bunch because the big spending bill was coming to the floor to be voted on. And Musk just started posting stuff about it. And mostly what Elon Musk was posting about the spending bill was stuff that pointed out how terrible it was. And so it comes to the floor and it gets shut down. And now, because Elon Musk posted just public information, everything that he was posting was public information, stuff that anybody could find, except that, and that's also part of the reason why I do stuff like this, not everybody knows where to find or how to interpret or how to read the stuff that they do find with some of this sort of stuff. Elon Musk posts all this stuff out, then you get to see how bad the spending bill is. And then public outcry, holy shit, this is bad, shut it down. And so that's what happens. These are good things. Except that the left had a metric fuck ton of pork loaded into this thing that benefited all of their special interests and stuff like that. So now they're mad because their spending bill got shut down. As well it should. So then you have another bill that comes to the floor. And that one also fails. And another continuing resolution for spending and stuff. And then they end up breaking it up even more. So what you're seeing is not President Musk running everything, but you're seeing information being shared and allowing public discourse to direct how things are being done. If our politicians are actually showing that they're willing to listen and take at face value that if you vote for this bad, objectively bad shit, that we're going to hold you accountable for that and vote you out, that we will primary you in 2026, that we will come after your seat, then they're a lot more likely to actually do the will of the people. This isn't the will of President Musk. This is the people spoke and the politicians answered. Instead of passing the thing that was loaded with pork and raises and things that benefited the bureaucrats and the elected politicians, they did what the people actually wanted them to do. Step in the right direction for American politics. But because Elon Musk is the one who is the public face of sharing this sort of information on a major social media platform, now they're going to run the hit pieces and the spin pieces about how terrible Musk and Trump's relationship is now going to become because Elon Musk, or because President Trump is such a egomaniac and he can't have any kind of anyone subverting his power, right? Resents the idea. CNN analyst sees Trump bristle as Democratic attack strategy hits home. The Democratic Party has finally hit on an attack tactic which has found its target with Trump, a CNN analyst reported Monday. The gambit, a welcome opening for a party that struggled to fashion a convincing message in the election and that has been failing ever since, seems to have worked, wrote Stephen Collinson. The strategy used by multiple Democrats over the past weekend is to take aim at President-elect's sense of security by suggesting his ally, Elon Musk, is really pulling the strings in his administration. They are trying to tweak Trump's vanity, mockingly suggesting that even after winning a second term, he is still not as powerful as the South African-born tech mogul whom he put in charge of slashing the size of government once the president-elect takes office, Collinson wrote. The scheme saw several Democrat Party representatives on the weekend TV shows suggesting that Musk's tweets on the spending deal, which many say killed the first bill proposed by Speaker Mike Johnson, showed who was really wielding the power. This is a predictor of what's likely to happen, said Senator Chris Coons on the State of the Union. We're not just going to have a president-elect Trump as a billionaire rage tweeting at 4 a.m. We're going to have Elon Musk also injecting instability into how we tackle every complicated and important issue for our country. On Wednesday morning, Elon Musk proved that he's the real leader of the Republican Party because over the course of about 4 or 5 or 6 hours, he tweeted nonstop against the deal that had been negotiated and agreed to by all sides. Oh, negotiated and agreed to by all sides. So that obviously means that it was a good deal, right? Except that all sides involved are a bunch of politicians who stood to benefit directly from all of the pork crammed into the bill, while most of it did nothing to help the American taxpayer, the ones who are going to be footing the bill for those raises and everything else that are being injected into that bill. But how terrible that the American people be given an opportunity to look at the details of a spending bill and get to voice an opinion, and not only that, but have their opinion heard and acted on. Terrible. What a miscarriage of democracy to have the people actually have a voice. Man. And it appears to have hit home with Trump actively taking the bait. No, he's not taking the presidency, Trump said Sunday. No, he's not going to be president. That I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country. Collison added Trump's comments suggested, at the very least, that the constant coverage of Musk's role has caught his eye and he resents the idea that his new best friend is the power behind the throne. They will also stoke fresh speculation over how long the president-elect, who doesn't normally like to share any spotlight, will tolerate Musk's soaring profile. Except that the comments in question were clearly made in a joking manner, and then you've got New Year's Eve coverage of Musk and President Trump together at Mar-a-Lago, celebrating, ringing in the new year together, and having a big time by all accounts. Yeah, it looks like they're really at odds with each other. The interesting thing is how quickly that narrative, the President Musk thing, took off. And mainstream media is the enemy of the people. Always has been, always will be. They are actively trying to do anything they can to sow division and to undermine the incoming Trump administration. And some people are taking the bait. Some people, fortunately, are smarter than that and see through it and understand what's going on with all of this stuff. And also are willing to say, hey, you know, maybe all of this shit that's been happening from election day to January 20th, none of it matters. None of it matters at all. This is all setting the table and getting ready for. But what's going to actually matter is, number one, the new Speaker of the House. If it's Mike Johnson or somebody else, I don't think Mike Johnson is a good candidate for the Speaker of the House. He has been bad at the job up to this point, and I don't think he is the right guy for the job. But there's not really anybody better that's sticking their head out and saying, hey, how about me? So if they can use the opposition to him to force him into a corner where he has to play ball with what needs to be getting done by the incoming administration, especially cutting the Ukraine spending stuff, cutting some of the other dumb bullshit. Like a lot of this bipartisan stuff is just Democrat bills that there are enough rhinos who back it, Mike Johnson being one of those. Like he needs to grow a fucking spine and stand up and take the mandate that has been given and run with it. If they can withhold his nomination enough or oppose his nomination enough to get him to make concessions and get him to understand what his role is going to be for the next 4 years, then that's a win. Otherwise, it's questionable, but we'll see. We'll see is the big thing. All of this stuff that's happened from election day up to this point means absolutely fucking nothing. It's all worth jack shit until Musk and Musk start and Vivek start doing the Doge stuff, until we start to see all of Trump's cabinet come together. Trump and Elon. Fuck, I've gotten too much into the damn reading these fucking articles about President Musk. Trump and Vance take office and start actually putting the executive orders in place, start actually doing the things that they've said they're going to do. Until all of that happens, none of this other stuff means anything. It's all just narrative driving in the lead up. What's supposed to be a lame duck session where really nothing gets done, the Democrats have tried to cram through as much bullshit as they can to torpedo Trump before he gets in. And this is an example with Musk and sharing all of the stuff on Twitter and getting the firestorm going over the CR and everything else. That is an example of how they can be stopped from doing that. And as soon as they see their power starting to be stripped away from them, then they start to lash out. That's all this is. Until January 20th, nothing else that's happened up to this point really fucking matters. So let's wait it out. Let's see what happens, and then we'll go from there. That'll do it for today. As I said, I will be back tomorrow. Speaking of mandate, I do have a couple articles of from the Nation of the leftists over there at the Nation, screeching about how Trump did not secure his mandate and he did not win the majority and all of this stuff, even though he did, but that's neither here nor there. So we might talk about those tomorrow. In the meantime, hope you have a great rest of your day. I will be back, as I said, tomorrow with a daily, and also there will be a regular episode that will come out tomorrow morning. I think I'll schedule that around 8:30, maybe make it 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So be sure to tune in for that, and I will catch you then. Later.